Tonight on Game Plan.
Still in control of everything. This is a huge game.
The Saints have their sights set on getting back on track in the race for the NFC South supremacy. But first, they must take care of business against the Jets.
They're a much different team than many of the pundits thought they were, and that's to their credit.
We're breaking down what went wrong against the Falcons, who can be counted on to step up after a rash of injuries, and how to finish the home stretch of the season strong. It all starts right now.
From Fox 8 Sports, this is Game Plan. Sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer, built Ford tough. And the 2017 Nissan Titan, with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited truck warranty, Nissan Titan. Take on any job.
The mini bye week is over. The Saints get back to a regular work week with their sights set on win number 10. Welcome to Game Plan. With Juan Kincaid, I'm Sean Fazan.
The best thing about this time of the season is that the Saints are not only still alive, but they hold all the cards on their preseason goals, Sean. The division title and the home playoff game that comes with it.
I live by the motto, you only worry about the things you can control. And so what we control is what's right here in front of us, our preparation for this week, this game. And it just happens to be that we also control our own destiny in regards to where we end up at the end of the day. So we keep winning, then all of our hopes and dreams are alive. You sit back and you observe how is the team reacting to all this. And I feel like guys have been steady, really steady. And obviously today, getting back with our first practice and, preparation for this coming week, there's no hangover from that, Man, we're on to the next opponent, we're on to the next opportunity, the next challenge, and then we'll take it one at a time.
Today's injury report came with some good news. Alvin Kamara's practiced the past 2 days, so he's likely a go on Sunday. Same goes for Senio Calamete and Michael Thomas. As for the guys to keep an eye on, those that were limited, Ted Ginn, Kenny Vaccaro, Josh Hill, and Andres Pete. And at this point, it's hard to imagine A.J. Klein or Trey Hendrickson playing on Sunday since neither has practiced the past 2 days. So after 14 weeks of play, here's how the playoff picture stacks up. If the playoffs began tonight, here's who would be in. Philadelphia at number 1, Minnesota 2, the Rams number 3 there, the Saints at 9 and 4 at 4th, Carolina and Atlanta, so 3 teams from the NFC South. An NFC opponent awaits the Saints in the Dome on Sunday, Sean. The New York Jets. Or a team many thought would be a laughingstock this season, but instead have become competitive.
They have heart and pride, and though the Saints should beat them, the worst they can do is take this team lightly.
It's Week 15 in New Orleans. Up next are the 5-8 New York Jets, a team that's completely surpassed the low expectations of them coming into the season.
They're extremely well coached. I've known Todd for years, and I think there's when you just watch each game they've played this year, they're a much different team than many of the pundits thought they were, and that's to their credit.
They've played good football. They're not winless, and at the end of the day, they're one of the 32 teams that have NFL talent. No win's going to be an easy win.
The Jets are led by Josh McCown, but he won't be available. A broken hand has ended his season. In his place, they'll turn to Bryce Petty, a player that's played in 7 games in his career.
This is Bryce's first since preseason. So that's not giving you the ebb and flows of what his game is like. So we'll prepare accordingly and get out on the field and really make him show us what he can do.
He's athletic. He can run when the pocket breaks down. He can scramble and flush and make yards with his feet. He can beat you with his arm when he scrambles. But we got to study what we do have and then pay attention to, the situations as an offense as they handle third down or handle red zone, those type of things.
The Jets are a team with significant Louisiana connections. Tulane and Slidell's Matt Forte is second on the team in rushing, while ULL and St. Charles Catholic Elijah McGuire is third. On the other side of the ball, LSU product Jamal Adams has lived up to his billing as the 6th overall player selected in this year's draft. He's part of a group that has the full respect of Drew Brees.
It's really formidable. Every one of these guys can rush the passer. Every one of them can defend the run. They're a stout group. And, I mean, it doesn't take you long when you turn on the film to see, what they can do. So, yeah, we got our work cut out for us.
The last time the Saints played the Jets was back in 2013. It was a game they should have won, but they ended up losing 26-20.
That was also the last time the Saints played 5 games in December and stumbled down the stretch, losing 2 of 3. The Saints defense, meanwhile, has to make Petty's first start of the season a memorable one in their favor. It's also going to be his first time playing in a dome as a pro. But the Jets defense will also have a challenge in trying to slow down Drew Brees and the Saints offense. And the Jets are getting some help with that from a former Saints coach. Johnny Morton coached Saints receivers last season before moving on to New York this year. Head coach Todd Bowles said he's already picked Morton's brain on what to expect from the Saints on offense.
He said they change it around some, but, you know, there's some things that he's familiar with that they do that they may change or not change, but you really can't go by it. You got to go out and play.
It goes without saying that Morton has mentioned about getting pressure on Brees as a solution, but that's something the Jets have struggled to do this season. They have 22 sacks, which ranks them 22nd in the NFL. Not a lot of pressure there.
So this appears to be a defense that the Saints can take advantage of.
You're right, because overall, they are ranked 22nd in the NFL, and they've struggled to stop both the run and the pass, which means they've had trouble keeping good offenses out of the end zone. So a balanced offense from the Saints would give them an advantage on Sunday.
Stay balanced, stay victorious. Still to come on Game Plan, a Deion Jones INT closed the door on the Saints' victory last week. Up next, we examine the play from all angles in my film study. Next.
From Fox 8 Sports, you're watching Game Plan. Sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer, built Ford tough. And the 2017 Nissan Titan with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited truck warranty, Nissan Titan. Take on any job.
Despite all of the injuries and the penalties, the Saints still had a chance to beat Atlanta last week.
But on their final offensive play, Drew Brees threw an interception. The play was an interesting one from a lot of different angles, as I examined in my film study.
Let's start with the route concept the Saints used. They're running 4 vertical routes. This is typically reserved for a 3rd or 4th and long scenario, or when there's precious little time left in the half or the game. None of those applied here. It was only 2nd down with over a minute to play. Second, Drew Brees chose to throw it to Josh Hill. But look, Deion Jones has him covered. This wasn't a scenario where Hill was open, but Jones closed the gap. Instead, Debo had Hill covered the entire time. Third, and this highlights the limitations of the tight end and wide receiver group. The seam route in the red zone was a staple of this offense for years. Marcus Colston and Jimmy Graham made a living off of it. Currently, they don't have anyone that can effectively run this route on the roster. Fourth, keep your eye on Mark Ingram. If Brees holds onto the ball for a half a count longer, Ingram will pop wide open on the check down. And with the room ahead of him, he could have scored, or at the very least, gained some valuable yardage to set up a much more manageable 3rd down.
That play was not the sole reason that the Saints lost, but had the execution gone a little different, we may be talking about a Saints victory right now.
And we know that pass is one that Drew Brees has thrown many times before, and I would not be surprised if we see him throw it again before the regular season is over. The Jets suffered a heavy blow last Sunday with the loss of quarterback Josh McCown. A broken hand he suffered will not only keep him out of Sunday's game against the Saints, but the remainder of the season as well. He suffered the injury in Sunday's loss to the Broncos. It's to his non-throwing hand, and after getting a second opinion on Monday, it's been confirmed that he will need surgery. McCown was in the midst of his best season as a pro, so it's understandable that he struggled with the reality of the injury.
It's been the best because of the guys. You know, not numbers. You know, it's been the best because of the group of men in the locker room. I'm just proud to be part of it. So thankful they let me be part of this team.
And McCown's career has been mostly as a backup, but Sean, he's been doing something right with this team because his career is now in his 16th season.
I think you're right. And look, that passion he showed post-game just goes to show you how much he cared about this locker room. The Saints were reminded of life without Alvin Kamara last week. What can they do to prevent relying on the rookie for offensive production? We'll discuss in our roundtable next.
From Fox 8 Sports, you're watching Game Plan. Sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer, built Ford tough. And the 2017 Nissan Titan with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited truck warranty, Nissan Titan. Take on any job.
Always nice to have with us Herbie Teope from NOLA.com and the Tides Picayune. We're going to begin with you, Herbie. A couple things. Are you surprised with Sean Payton's reaction, not just to the referees from the Atlanta game and all the calls going against the Saints, but the former whistleblower, Mike Cirillo, being hired by the NFL?
Does it surprise me? I think if you know Sean Payton, just from what we know of the man, he's a very passionate kind of guy, and he will speak his mind. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that he had the reaction that he had on Twitter, as well as post-game against the officiating, because that's just how he is. He's wired that way, and he's going to speak his mind, so I'm not surprised by it.
Officiating, not surprised. I was a little surprised he came back the next day and kept on, because normally he has kind of a day to cool off, and he kind of it tempers his tone a little bit, but he was still upset. Rightfully so, by the way. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. It was a poorly officiated game. A little surprised, though, of his tweet about the, was it Mike Cirillo, the Bounty Gate whistleblower, just because that was so long ago, and I understand the connection there, but Cirillo's obviously working in the league office. Now, if he had some sort of way to, you know, in charge of some sort of discipline for disciplining Sean Payton, I would be upset. But if it's just a regular job, look, it is what it is. But I was a little surprised just because that's normally, if you read it, look at his Twitter profile, that's not what he tweets about. I was a little shocked by that. I thought it was interesting. The players seem to have Sean Payton's back as well about his animosity, I guess, towards the officials and how he was so strong and vehemently coming out about that. You surprised by that? The players saying, you know what, that's our coach, we're running with him? No, I think that's part of who Sean Payton is. That's part of why, you know, he's able to, you kind of go in recruiting mode when you get these free agents, you know, in the pre-draft process. I think he connects well with the players. He's got passion. He's not faking it. So I think, no, I'm not surprised by that. I think the players do genuinely think he's got their best interest at heart, and when he feels like his team is being done wrong, he's going to step up and defend them. Yeah, and Sean's absolutely correct, because for the most part, when you talk to players who have played for Sean Payton in the past, they say he is a player's coach, and players are a reflection of their coach. So when Sean Payton gets passionate, you better believe his players are probably going to rally behind him. You're right. So Alvin Kamara was the big injury from that game Thursday night, and it was the one guy that this team couldn't seem to figure out how to go forward without him. So as we go forward here to this next game against the Jets, is he the most important injury to get back in the fold? Yes, and look, the signs are good. He was a full participant on Wednesday. Look, he is such a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses, and I've said this before, and I think this showed up in the Atlanta game. Other than Michael Thomas, you don't see much out of that wide receiver and tight end core, at least in terms of big-time production, and that's a little different than we had a year ago. So I think Alvin Kamara, given what he does and given the fact that Sean Payton absolutely adores his skill set, I think that's the one injury they cannot overcome, because I think they're a little bit limited when he's not in the game. But hopefully he's back this week and ready to go in the Alvin Kamara of old, and this won't be an issue. But Alvin Kamara is the one injury that there's no one else on this roster that can do what he does. One of the things, and this is something we've talked about throughout the course of the week, when you go into the Atlanta game and you saw in that first series a heavy dose of Alvin Kamara, which leads you to believe that he was a heavy part of that game plan. When you lose him on the first series, the game plan goes out the window, because a lot of teams like to script plays. And I guarantee you a lot of those plays were probably scripted towards Kamara. This Saints offense does not click the way it does throughout this season without Mark Ingram and Kamara. And without Kamara, this offense doesn't go as far as they can go. And you would believe that if Kamara's in that game against the Atlanta Falcons, that's a game the Saints will likely win, because they were struggling early on to get hands on him. Yeah, there's no doubt. Look, and you just in one drive, you saw the impact. It was a couple of big plays that he made, and I think you're absolutely right. It's the fact that they game plan so much with him, and you had to throw it out the window. Look, if he missed a game or two and they can game plan without him, maybe it's a little bit easier, but still. During the game, it's so early in the game. In the game, that early, it's tough, but they had him on Thursday. Look, I think they win and win big. I think you're right. If you look at the current NFC standings, the Saints are right there. I think the fourth best record in the league right now. When you look at the final 3 games they have to play, 2 at home, it seems like this is setting up perfectly for them. Everything they want to achieve is still right there for them. Yeah, absolutely. And Sean and I were talking about this before we actually came on set here. I think the Saints are going to win out. And there's no reason why they cannot win out when you have the Jets at home, you got the Falcons at home, the revenge game, and then obviously a struggling Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. You can win these 3 games. They just have to take care of business. It sets up perfectly for them. Yeah, no doubt. And I think at absolute worst, they go 11-5. But I'm with you. I think they're winning out, and if they've somehow slipped to 10-6, then we'll maybe have a different storyline heading into the postseason. But I think this team is equipped. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. They beat the Chicagos, the Green Bays, the Detroits. They've lost to teams that are on their level with Minnesota, New England. Atlanta, I think they're better than Atlanta, but we know the injury issue, and obviously the LA Rams. So if you look at the upcoming schedule, I think they're better than these three teams, and they have not played down to their competition. They have played superior to inferior competition. So I think they're in a good situation.
One big reason why they've won the games as opposed to wins is because they've been catching breaks week after week, it seems, on the quarterback situation. I mean, you go back to Green Bay, there's so many other examples where they've played quarterbacks that have no experience or very little experience, and they've really taken advantage of that.
Yeah, Cam Newton was hurt. Matt Stafford was hurt. Brett Hundley's first start. Mitchell Trubisky's, I think, second start. And obviously now you catch the break with Bryce Petty. So, yeah, look, that's the football gods. That's something you can't control. You play who's out there. And obviously it's Bryce Petty this week who really has not been impressive in the 7 games that he's played. I think it's 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So this is a game they should win. Even with Josh McCown, they should win. But with Bryce Petty, they definitely should win.
Bryce Petty is not Josh McCown, and that's not really saying a lot because Josh McCown is a career backup guy who just happened to be walking to the starting position there.
Anyway, also was having a career year. I think this game might be a little bit more interesting had McCown been in this game, but Sean's correct. When you have Bryce Petty in here, look, if you're the Saints, no excuses whatsoever to lose against the Jets with Bryce Petty coming into your home turf. This is something that the Saints have done throughout the years, taking care of business and winning the games they're supposed to win. You're supposed to win against the Jets with a backup quarterback like Bryce Petty, and I think they will.
So Drew Brees was asked on Wednesday if this is a trap game. I think we've been asking this question for many games this year, but this really does set up like one because you have a team that's at the bottom of the division that's they're not mathematically eliminated yet, but they're on the verge. One more loss, they're pretty much done. He says you have to control what you can control. So he would not answer the question about being a trap game just by saying, you know what, it's in our hands. Do what you do.
I don't think this is a trap game because I think they're coming off a tough loss, maybe their toughest loss of the season. B, they got so much to play for, and when you come off such an emotional high, the first thing you want to do is get back to work that next week, and whoever the opponent is, just go out and kind of take it out on that opponent. So I don't think this is a trap game at all. If they would have won, it's funny because if they'd have won last week, this could have set up for the perfect trap game. Because they lost, they're upset. I mean, they were mad after that game. They were irate after that game. So I think it sets up fine for them to take care of business. I don't think this is going to be a trap game at all.
Yeah, I don't think this is a trap game at all either. When you look at the NFC South standings, it is extremely, extremely close right now. They're tied with the Carolina Panthers atop the division, and the Falcons are only 1 game back. I don't think this is a trap game because the Saints know they have to take care of business. We've heard it all throughout this season in that locker room. They have their eye on the prize. The eye on the prize right now is the postseason. This is not a trap game.
It remains to be seen on what happens around this football team right now with other teams that are dealing. Minnesota's got the issues up there. There's some other teams that have some big games going. The Rams have maybe the toughest schedule of everyone. So it remains to be seen what happens over the final 3 weeks of the season. Herbie Teope from NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. Thanks again, Herbie.
Thank you.
The Saints drafted Mike Thomas 5 picks before Deion Jones in the 2016 NFL Draft. Chris Hagan examines all the different ways the Jesuit product made his hometown team pay coming up.
Keys to the Game is sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer. From Fox 8 Sports, you're watching Game Plan. Sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer, built Ford tough. And the 2017 Nissan Titan with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited truck warranty, Nissan Titan. Take on any job.
The Saints are set to face a quarterback with less than 2 years in the league for the 4th time this season. Question is, my friend Sean Fazan, will the Jets' Bryce Petty be more like Brett Hundley and Mitch Trubisky or Jared Goff? Hundley and Trubisky each threw an interception, completed less than half of their passes, and combined for 251 yards passing. Goff, on the other hand, passed for over 350 yards himself, had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Petty started 4 games last year, winning just once and throwing 3 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. One dirty bird that had a huge impact on last week's Saints game in Atlanta and their loss has a strong New Orleans connection.
Oh, those dirty birds. You know his name. Debo. Linebacker Deion Jones made his hometown hurt with some devastating plays. Chris Hagan examines in this week's Beyond the Box Score.
As much as he shows up on the box score, leading the team in tackles, the effect that Falcons linebacker Deion Jones has goes beyond the box score as a one-man wrecking crew. The numbers in 3 games against the Saints: 20 tackles, 2 interceptions, 7 passes defended, and that crushing pick 6 in the Dome as a rookie in 2016. He's far from the first LSU player the Saints have passed on, but he may be the one that they regret being in the same division as the most. In last Thursday's matchup, he was everywhere, every play, and responsible almost single-handedly for beating the Saints with more plays than just his game-sealing interception. The first play that shook the black and gold, the hit that he put on running back Alvin Kamara that knocked him out of the game. You knew it as soon as it happened. We saw Debo do it a lot at LSU, and he even did it to one of the game's biggest superstars, Cam Newton, in 2016 when he flattened him at the goal line and sent him into concussion protocol as well. Later in the third, another play that immediately sent the Saints' drive in the wrong direction. Ted Ginn Jr.'s end around blown up by Keanu Neal and cleaned up by Jones. We're well aware of how much the Saints have struggled in 3rd and long situations, and losing yards on 1st down here immediately put them in a hole and helped force a punt. Then in the 4th quarter, the play before the big play, when Drew Brees rolled right and threw back to Willie Snead on the left side, who might have had some real estate to work with if it weren't for Jones and his closing speed. He tracked Snead down no problem, thus taking away a big play, and one that the Saints hadn't shown before, hoping it would go for more than no gain. Finally, the play that only elevates Debo's growing legend in Atlanta, the interception to seal the game. Brees knows he shouldn't have thrown it, but it doesn't change the fact that Jones still had to make a great play on the pass, and he did. His 2nd interception against Brees, something not many players can claim in just 3 games. The focus right now is the New York Jets, but Debo and the Falcons will be back, and the Saints and Drew Brees have to be ready. Reporting for Game Plan, I'm Chris Hagan.
Our coverage certainly doesn't stop here. Lots more on Fox 8 News Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday we've got you covered with the pregame coverage right here on Fox 8 with live tailgate at 10 a.m. And postgame, our reports begin on Fox 8 News at 9, leading up to the final play at 10:30.
That's it. Until then, thank you for watching Game Plan, and thanks to everyone here at Fox 8 for their contributions. Our next newscast is bright and early. 4:30 in the morning.
Man.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
From Fox 8 Sports, this has been Game Plan. Sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer, built Ford tough. And the 2017 Nissan Titan with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited truck warranty.